Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Spiritist Society of Virginia and Kardec Radio, the kids program. We love being here with you every single time. And today we have a special guest, Isabella Peterson.
Hi.
So Isabella and I will be hosting today's children's class together. All right. So what do we do before we start our class? What do we do, Izzy?
We pray.
Yes, we invite Master Jesus to join us, friends. So let us close our eyes. If you want to put your hand together, you can. Let us think of Master Jesus. Let us invite him to our homes. Beloved Master Jesus, we thank you so much for bringing us together here tonight, for inspiring us to study beautiful lessons, for bringing kids and families together. We ask for your protection and your inspiration at this very moment, and so be it. Are you ready, friends? Today, we're going to talk about evolution. What does it mean? Why do we need to talk about evolution? And why is that important for us? We want to know. And for that, we need Master Jesus. Master Jesus, as we say masters, because he knows everything, much more than we know at this point. And we need our friends because they ask great questions every time, right, Izzy?
Yep.
So, Jesus says, hi, kids. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Master, can you tell us what evolution is?
Of course. Master Jesus says, the planets in the universe are like schools. Just like we do, the planets also go from one grade to the next. What? The planets change? They evolve? What else?
Thank you, Master. Can you help us understand this better?
Of course. Master Jesus says absolutely. The planets go through many grades from kindergarten to college. The more love people have in their hearts, the more their planets move up in the universal school. Oh, so interesting, friends. Love. That's how we move up. That's how we pass the test.
Master, how can we help the Earth move on into the upper school?
To help the Earth move up in the universal school, we all need to be more loving and more peaceful. Aha! Now we know. What do we need to do?
Wow, that's awesome. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Our friends Emmanuel and Lupi will tell us more. Should we call Emmanuel and Lupi to tell us more? Yay! Yes, let's do it. So, friends, we're going to tell you a story, Isabella and I, from this book, Evolution. And the story starts by saying, on a certain Sunday, the curious puppy Lupi went to visit a school. Upon entering, he saw that it was empty, but he walked through the corridors to see what it was like inside.
It must be really cool to study here,
said Lupi. The puppy loved to learn new things and thought,
I would love to have a class with the teacher.
After saying these words, Lupi wanted to leave, but did not remember the way out. The puppy found an open window and noticed that outside there was a nice young man smiling.
Who are you?
Asked Loopy.
My name is Emmanuel.
Replied the young man.
Do you want a lesson? I do.
Replied Loopy.
About what? I can teach you what I learned in the schools of the spirit world.
Replied Emmanuel. The young man entered the room and used a pointer to explain further. Loopy sat down, eager to begin his first lesson. Now, there you go.
The whole universe is in order,
said Emmanuel. Loopy saw the blackboard turn into a huge screen.
The planets were created by spirits of light called pure spirits,
said Emmanuel.
Woof woof,
said Loopy, wanting to know more.
All the worlds are like schools. Their inhabitants advance through several stages from kindergarten to higher education.
Loopy imagined a children's room full of little dinosaur students learning, playing, and having fun.
A long time ago,
continued Emmanuel,
Jesus and his friends were the pure spirits, gathered for the first time around the sun. They decided to form the planets in our solar system. It must have been very hot so close to the sun,
thought Loopy. Can you imagine, friends, Jesus creating the planets with other spirits?
Later, there was a second meeting of the pure spirits. In it, they planned the coming of Jesus to Earth to teach love to all of its inhabitants. The earth from above is very beautiful,
commented Loopy.
And with the coming of Jesus, it got even better,
said Emmanuel. Oh yes, it did get so much better with Jesus.
All the worlds go through 5 stages, and little by little, their inhabitants learn to love.
Friends, as you see, there's the first stage is the primitive world, the second stage, trials and expiation, the third stage, regeneration. Then we go to a happy planet and then celestial planets. Loopy wanted to know what stage our planet was on.
We're here,
Emmanuel said, pointing to the map.
Between the second and the third stages.
Emmanuel said that the Earth had already gone through the first stage called the primitive world. In it, humans only had a little love in their hearts. Loopy imagined himself living in caveman times. Emmanuel also said that the Earth was in the second stage called the world of atonement and trials. In it, humans lived in war, and there was still little love in people's heart. Loopy imagined himself as a medieval knight. Emmanuel then said that the earth will reach the third stage, called the world of regeneration. In it, humans will seek peace and begin to feel more love. Loopy imagined himself walking in a more modern world. The earth is leaving the atonement and trial stage to enter the regeneration stage. We call this time in which we now live the planetary transition. Emmanuel explained that it was like finishing a year at school. Loopy imagined himself traveling to the future towards a modern world where people try to live in peace.
The earth will be very happy world. The earth will be a very happy world and a heavenly world with people full of love in their hearts. Remember, Luffy, everything in the universe is united, from the smallest atom to the pure spirits, which are the ones that created the planets.
Said Emmanuel.
Everything eloves in wisdom, with wisdom. Woof woof.
Said Lupi. Laughed Emmanuel, saying goodbye to the curious puppy. Lupi returned happily to his tree house after receiving his first class from no one other than Emmanuel. He recalled what he learned. The earth is preparing to be a better world, following the path of evolution and progress, the path of light that comes from Jesus. Wow, friends! Now we know that our planet is going through a planetary transition. We are moving to a planet of regenerations. It's wonderful. Why is it wonderful? Because there's going to be more love. But now we have a question. It's your turn to help us. So let us practice being more loving and peaceful. We're going to have some scenarios. We're going to work together. If you want, you can type in your answers. We can see them and we can talk about it. All right. So, first scenario. So easy. We see a boy bullying others. Question. What can the boy that is bullying the other do differently to be more loving and peaceful?
The bully doesn't have to be mean. He can try to be kind, and then they can make more friends instead of being mean to them.
Do you think that in the planet of regeneration, there'll be bullies there?
I think there will not be bullies.
No bullies. Only love, friends. Only love. So, do you have any ideas? What could the bully do differently? Can the bully do something else other than be mean to other kids? You can type in your answers and we can come back to it, okay? Let us see what Emmanuel tells us. Emmanuel says, instead of bullying, he can treat the other boy as a new friend. Right? Hi, Virginia. We see your message. If you want to type your answer, please do, okay? We're going to go to another scenario. Let's see the next one. Oh, this is a big one. A boy littering. Could be a boy, could be a girl, could be an adult, could be so many different things. What about littering? Jesus is asking, what can this boy do differently to be more loving and peaceful? Easy, what do you think?
I think the boy can be kinder to the earth by just making sure that their trash gets to the trash can. And yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that in a planet of regeneration, there'll be trash everywhere? People will be littering everywhere?
No, I think their trash is going to be in their trash cans like they're supposed to be.
Yeah, probably will be more evolved there, so will be less trash, right? More environmentally conscious. What do we think? Oh, Emmanuel says, well, the boy can practice being more responsible in picking up after himself. Why is this important, friends? Because when he learns to pick up after himself, he will help the earth move up a grade. Remember, friends, when we say move up a grade, we're saying we're evolving to the next level of our planet. It's great. It's like when we go to school and we pass a test and we move to the next grade, we feel great. Okay, we have one more question. Let's see, friends. This scenario, big one. This boy is bored. Look at his face. He's like, so bored. What do we do about bored? Master Jesus is asking, what can this boy do differently to be more loving and peaceful? What do you think, Izzy?
I think the boy can spend his time wisely and do some art or help others, or maybe just spend some quality time with his family.
Yeah, so instead of doing nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would be using his time to do something good.
Yeah.
In the world of regeneration, where there is a lot of higher spirits, do you think they just sit around and do nothing? Or what are the good spirits doing?
They're probably helping others, having fun, and just having like a good time and hanging out with their family. And
yeah. Well, the good thing about the higher realms and the good spirits is that having fun and helping others is the same, which means they are always happy to help others. Always. And that is great. So what does our friend Emmanuel says? He says, well, the boy can practice using his time and creativity wisely to keep his mind active and avoid feeling bored. Friends, I'm going to tell you a secret, which we learn in Spiritism. When we do art and we use our brain to do good things, we're actually connecting with the higher spirits. Did you know that? Remember that, because when you were home and you're like, I don't know what I want to do, creativity is a good way to do something good. So when he learns to use his time and creativity wisely, he will help the earth move up a grade. Wonderful. So we have all the scenarios. There's so many more, friends. But the important thing is that for us to be on a planet of regeneration, we start today. What are we going to do today? And you cannot say, oh, I'm just a kid. My mom and dad are going to handle this. That's not true. The moms and the dads are counting on the kids to also help on this process. So, because we count on the family so much, we have our family hard work. Why do we do a family hard work? Because it's a family effort for us to change. This week, we're going to think of things to be more loving and peaceful. So, Izzy, can you give us an example?
Today, I'm going to be more loving and peaceful by helping take care of my pet. Maybe I'll take my pet for a walk and keep an eye on the nature, see if I find any trash.
Yeah. And friends, we have a lot more other examples, but you could also fill in the blank with anything you want. Okay, so you can say, well, today I am more loving and peaceful by taking care of nature. That's a good one. Or helping care for my pet, like Izzy said. Or being a good friend or a good student, saying hello to my teachers and the administrative staff at school. There's so much that we can express our love and be peaceful. Okay, so if you do it and want to send it to us, your work, please, just your parents just take a picture, send it by email, info@ssvirginia.org. Okay, we love seeing your work every single time the people, the group from the Spiritism Society of Virginia gets a lot of joy from your work, friends. So now we come to our final prayer, and we're going to call Master Jesus and express our gratitude for God and for Jesus allowing us to be here today. Dear beloved Master Jesus, we want to express our gratitude for these moments that we share together among friends, among family, and the higher spirits. We feel so blessed for this opportunity of learning with you.
And we want to pray for all the kids and their families with their families who are connected, and for our schools and our teachers. And with your permission, we want to end this meeting tonight. And so be it.
And so be it. Dear friends, it's a pleasure being here with you. We see Gaby and Virginia and Flavia, Scott, Julia. Kisses to all of you. Big hug. And we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.